Good morning. Well, I got the transmission cover pulled off and the little clip was down in there in the bottom. And I got some questions for the experts and anybody with ideas. Well, start off with, looks like I'll have to, if I need to take this off, I would have to use a press. That's stuck. So I don't know how important that is to actually take off this. I don't think so. But this was down in the bottom. When I tried to take this off and it was still mounted, it came upward, so I stopped, pushed it back down into the housing. This was down in the bottom, and it was kind of bent, like somebody had tried to do that, and then they dropped it back down. This popped off. I was able to reshape it, and it works fine onto the little groove there where it's supposed to set. This has the early style, which I stood on it on a piece of wood, and it's very smooth. So that's good, long-lasting. This was in good shape. The thing is, you see the end of this, there's no, of course, no clip like you would with the small dime-sized throw-out bearing. So this literally just fits down into there and then pokes out the end. Just plain pokes out the end. So that, it seems fine. I cleaned the rust off. There was some rust in this area close to this, because the bike itself had sat down in a little shed by a lake, so there was some moisture and stuff. So this seems real good, where it butts up against the adjustable screw, and this is fine. It's very straight. I put on a piece of glass, but I look in the parts book, and it gives two part numbers there for the rod. And you can see the 41 is the year, 75. So if you look over here, 41 to 64, and then late 75 and up. So what happened between 65 and 74, or early 75? That's weird. And you look up these two part numbers. Wherever you look them up, somebody's selling them on eBay, new stuff, old stuff, and other places. They all have, they're like this one, with the little groove on the end. So it would sit this way. So you can see how much shorter that is. So obviously you've got a longer rod in there, or the adjustment screw. But this is for 75 and up, with the small dime-sized throw-out bearing. Then when I look over here, it does show the throw-out bearing, and it shows number 4. Number 4 just says pushrod. Of course, there's no part numbers because this is the manual. And then for 3F, see 3F, clutch release bearing 75 and earlier. Okay. Yet, of course, it shows the slinger, like normal, and there's the more modern where you get the little dime size throw-out bearing with the needle bearings and a hard washer and your little clip, like fit on this one. Like fits on the 1980. It's only because that has that aftermarket Sputh transmission, but it uses like Evo stuff. So I just can't seem to find a part number for this one here. They all coming up like this. The later ones. Now, Harley does make some kits, but if you look from 70, let's see, we got the rod, 75A, okay. Then you got 65, like the time between the two. Then You've got, let's see, the rod is 1970 again, from 65. So it's like they want you to use the newer one, which you're going to have to use a longer adjustment screw. And I think I bought a bunch of extra stuff, and some stuff come with the bike. So I think I had some, like a longer one in here. This may or may not be the longer one. Also, I got one when I got one of these. It actually is physically larger in diameter, but that starts to muddy the waters even worse. But then for 41, and I can see these are all kits. Kit. And then here you got the pushrod clutch. When you look up 37, 285, 41, again, it's like this one. So it's like they really want to do away with this, which I think is very good and lasts a long, long time. Very, very solid. So I don't know, this book supposedly was put out in 83. So by 83, supposedly Harley had these kits. But I just, none of these part numbers that I look up are what this one looks like, with a little bit of a cone, and then the tip that sticks out, kind of cones down in there. Very flat at this end, probably hardened, I would think. I don't know, I guess I don't know if it needs to be hardened, but years ago I had a 75 that it was either in this or the threaded thing had a ball bearing in the bottom end. Because mine always would it seemed like the clutch lever would get worse. I adjust it up, it'd go away. So I don't know. Something was not spinning together, whether it be this screw or this. Something was not spinning. Of course, back then I had a lot less knowledge. Not that I have a lot today, but, and I remember I made an indent in there and put a ball bearing, and that seemed to help between the two of these. Maybe this rod was stuck or didn't spin at the same speed. Something was really weird. But the whole idea kind of this video is, does anybody know this part number? Like I say, here it's 75, here it's 75, and here shows 41, push rod clutch. But when I look it up, they all seem to be like this, switching over to the dime-sized throw-out bearing and the little clip that holds it on. So if anybody would happen to know the actual, it's 14 and a quarter inches long, if I remember. I think it was 14 and a quarter. Let's see. Yeah. 14 and a quarter, maybe a hair more than 14 and a quarter. So that's how long that one is. So if anybody has any ideas, like that part number, I'm lucky I was able to clean this one off, but down the road, if I need this, it'd be nice to actually know the actual part number. So that's what's happening today. Warmed up the shop, come out here, tinkered around. I got to scrape off the gasket. Everything else in there looks good. I was thinking of just maybe spraying some stuff in there and taking the drain plug back out and flushing it. But I had put in the red line or red shift fluid, and like I do in the other bikes, and it come out a little bit discolored. Not a lot, but discolored. Let's see. Yeah, here, I always save it in case I use it in the tractor. But it's definitely not pink anymore. Yeah, it's definitely not pink. The other stuff's really pink. So, well, that's about it for today. Hope everybody's doing well. Have a great weekend. Got any thoughts? Always could use advice, help, let me tell you. So that's about it, I guess. So I'll catch you guys later. And, Oh, shout out to Silver Nuts Garage there. And Kraken. I keep forgetting. I don't know how I could forget your name, Kraken. You did a shout out for me, which is nice. I just do these videos just, to record stuff. Nice to talk to people. There's one fellow over in Thailand. I think he has a Sportster. And he has some great videos there. I forget his actual channel. But it's very rainy over in Thailand now. Of course, it's very snowy and cold here in Indiana. So I'll catch you guys later, and be safe. Good luck on the Road King there, Ed. Catch you later. Bye-bye.